Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Welcome, it's the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live from our audiovisual studios live in Victoria Island, Lagos. Welcome to Hard Facts. My name is Mary Okon. As usual, on the show, we bring you the biggest stories of the day. But then this is an abridged version of Hard Facts. And yesterday we were in Kano. Today we're in Edo State because these are where the big stories live. From one big story to the other. And today we're going to be looking at the deputy governor. He's at it again, yes. And he has declared his intentions to run for governor. Well, whether you like it or not. Philip Shuaibu is in the news today, and he's one of the biggest stories for today on Hard Facts. My name is Mariana Okon. Did I introduce myself? I hope you've had a great day. I'll be introducing my guests in just a moment, but I will give you some of the tip in that particular big story because it's a big one. Well, Edo 2024. I'm the homeboy Edo needs, says Shuaibu. He says he's the homeboy that Edo State needs. And of course, we're going to look at that story. He's also been in almost all the pages of our national dailies today. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's go to Edo. Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune into Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that. You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's Hard Facts, and this will be your most authentic news experience. You can take that to the bank. My name is Marianne Okon. Let's go to Edo State as our big story for today. Well, Edo State Deputy Governor is back in the news, and this time he's saying, I'm the homeboy that Edo State needs. Yes, he's also declared his intention to run in 2024. Don't forget, Edo State is going to be having its elections, I think, alongside Anambra, if I'm not mistaken. But then, anyway, Edo State is going to be having its governorship elections. And we all, if you've been following the news, there's been this Cold War brewing between Governor Obaseki and Deputy Governor Philip Shuaibu. Well, this gentleman has declared his intention to run for office this time around. After we saw that reconciliation between both of them, Philip Shuaibu is saying, well, I'm going to run. Nobody can stop my ambition. Joining me in the studio this afternoon to discuss quickly on this particular issue before we delve into your thoughts and your comments, I have Honorable, well, let me get his name right because I don't want to get it wrong. Honorable Shadrach Udugbai. He is the convener, I beg your pardon, of Edo PDP Unity Forum. He's also a political analyst. Thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us, and good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miriam. I'm happy to be with you.
Perfect. You and I have had conversations prior now, especially with when there was that issue when he first raised his head, when Philip Shuaibu complained first and foremost about being not being welcomed in the People's Democratic Party back in the day. And then he moved from there to his ambition. And now he's come out after his supposed reconciliation with the governor, Obaseki, in public. And the governor has said he's forgiven him. He'll be the bigger man. He's still saying, I want to be governor. It's my right. And no one can stop my ambition. So I think I should ask you, as a member of the People's Democratic Party, first, why is Deputy Governor Shuaibu's ambition such a sore topic for the governor?
Yeah. I don't want to say it's a sore topic for the governor, but his candidacy has brought up so many controversies. I'll lay the issues down so that you know why. Firstly, there's this untold agreement called the principle of zoning. And saying it's not even as much as zoning as the principle of power sharing is not enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. Now, many of us also believe that for there to be equal access to power and empowerment, for there to be even development, that power must rotate. And we have a state here where for the last 24 years, the return of democracy in 1999, we've only had governor and deputy governor coming in from two particular senatorial districts. Edo South have had two governors who have done 16 years, eight years from two governors. They do not have one governor that has done 8 years. So we're looking at maybe this time they'll give room for someone from Edo Central. And mind you, Edo North has also done deputy governor twice for 16 years, deputizing the governor from Edo North, from Edo South. So and then the challenge is that this Edo Central, they've never had a deputy governor since the return of democracy in 1990. Not even once have they have a deputy governor. And now they only had governor for about 18 months before Shola came and was kicked out of court. So people were believing that these persons are already feeling marginalized. The sense of belonging was not really there. So after basically campaigned vigorously, because PDP as a party has also enshrined the idea of zoning in this party constitution. Unlike what the APC has said, that zoning doesn't matter, what they look for is competence and the capacity to win. But the PDP believe in equity and fairness. So that's why it has been an untold arrangement that yes, this man, the government will move to Edo Central. But the challenge we have is that Philip Shuaibu is a politician by all means. But we've observed that over the years, he's very active and he's also very ambitious. He is not someone, he didn't just come to us as a surprise that the man will want to be governor, because he was formerly councillor. From councillor, he became House of Assembly member. House of Assembly member, he rose to House of Reps. From the House of Reps, Oshomole took it because he has been a godson to Adam Saleh Oshomole, practically from the same local government. So he came so quickly from House of Assembly to the House of Reps. From the House of Reps, he was brought to House of Reps to come and serve as deputy governor. People had knew that the man had the ambition to rise higher than normal. So when we're saying, okay, when he was working with the governor, many people already point to figure out, Your Excellency, this man would like to succeed you. Why don't you come for a mind arrangement to say, okay, you will succeed me, I will support you. Say it early, let us know. Because many people from to talk around government. This man, you will support him. Tell this man he will go to a donor. So the thing has been doing over here. And the government just felt that when the man wants to run, I can't tell him not to run. If he raise the hand on the wall and say it doesn't want to, fine. If he wants to run, fine. So but what happened the other time was he quickly ran to court to prevent him from being impeached, saying that he marginalized, which was not totally true. Although the size was there was being rumored. So when they had this House of Assembly elections, and they said he wanted to produce speaker from Edo North, he was struggling to say let the speaker come from Edo Central. So they had most of those things in between. So that was the challenge he had. And before he came, but there's really no much noise about it. He declared his interest in which was the legitimate he ought to have done before wanting to fight. The governor say he wants to say okay, to create the junction.
Can I ask? I mean,
that was what raised the issue.
Is it that he had spoken? Because I mean, I don't expect you to know this, but then you remember the People's Democratic Party. Could there have been a gentleman's agreement between the deputy governor and his principal? Could he have mentioned it to the governor and the governor said no? And then, of course, he decided to make it public, maybe hoping that, others in the party and maybe those who he thinks are his supporters would help him sway the governor. Do you know of any such agreement whatsoever?
Even the deputy governor spoke today, this morning, and he said that if the governor did not want him to run, the governor should have called him and spoke to him personally. That the governor did not tell him that he shouldn't run. And even if the governor is not supporting him, the governor should make available a platform that will give a sense of equity, fairness, and justice for all candidates to run. Yes, he might have gotten feelers that the governor wants to put it to Edo Central, maybe the governor has a preferred candidate, which the governor till now has not declared anybody. Even the man and he said the governor is supporting, he has not declared to run. So let us understand that many of these things are still in the conceptual level. He said, people have saying, okay, the governor intends to support this particular person. The man is not in government, the man has not declared interest, and the governor has not declared. So it's around the issue of rumor. But it was clear that the governor most likely not going to adopt because all his political antecedents, he had been following the political leader and masters. Because he had followed Shomole all the better part of his career. This is the first time he had left Shomole to follow Obaseki, and he had followed after and Absali Rumole. So he was expecting again that the governor would have brought him and said this message. So name him out to just get a smooth ride. But that wasn't the case. So he had to fight. And it's a fair fight. Whoever is going to be fighting with, he has an advantage because he's in government, he has resources, he has been a deputy governor, he has experience. So there's nobody who is deputy governor is contesting with him right now. So whoever is contesting at maybe at the head is similar or a smaller position. So he still has the advantage. Even if the governor is supporting somebody, that's the number one person supporting somebody, he's number two and he's supporting himself and all of those persons have so I don't say it like it's not so much of a disadvantage. But what I know is that first of all, the issue of this equity thing is really strong. But some people have said, no, we're going to be leaving equity, fairness, and we're going to be going straight for competence. But I also know in my heart that that ESA agenda, the determination, the resolve, like people of Edo Central to bring a governor, has votes attached to it. So when you go into the race, you should know that there are some votes that will statutorily be going for an ESA candidate, irrespective of political platform. So if you feel that that
Can I
will
ask? I'm so sorry. Can I ask what percentage of ESA votes can determine a winner? How big, how large is that chunk?
Okay.
Because you're saying it comes with votes,
Let me-
determination. What is the percentage? Because even if they decide today as a party, as your party, because I was going to also ask, where does the PDP stand on this? Because you started this conversation by saying that it is now enshrined in the PDP's constitution, some clause of power rotation.
The concept of rotation is a
yes, but then I could argue that that wasn't seen in the presidential election that was just concluded. Every hat was thrown in the ring. Is this just a Edo State agenda, or is it just the fact that the PDP picks and chooses when it's convenient to pick this clause up? Again, what is the Assam vote power? How powerful is it?
Okay, the concept of rotation is there in the constitution, but it's not why it's not that massively against the PDP in the last election. If they had zoned, also the party would have gone into the election as one. Oh, we see because of the principle of zoning, that was why the thing broke out and 5 governors left supporting the opposition and left to their feet. So if it was not an arrangement that is known, you want to cry if it's not foul. They felt that we agreed that their interest was captured, that when it was time for the North to run, when Muhammad Buhari was going for tenure, there was no Southern candidate fight to governor. All candidates who came to race were all Northern candidates. So it was best that this time the Northern candidates should have rested for the South. But what you saw, I turned out badly. If the arrangement was not there, it wouldn't have turned out so badly for the PDP. They have also learned from it. When you said Zoni, you throw Zoni to the wind, you know what how defeat actually tastes. The city of Esan votes, let me be clear on that. There are, in as many as 3 districts, so the Edo Central has the least voting population. The Edo South has the highest. If you talk about the largest government, the first 6 large governments they are in Edo South. They hold about 52 or 53% of the voting population in Edo State, followed by the Edo North. The Edo North has only about 34, 35%, while Edo Central has 16%. We are talking about the voters who are residents in this geographical location. Not to say that the votes in India are not Islam-made. You understand the idea? So if you say you're looking against, it's not only the Islam votes in Edo, and mind you too, if you say the Islam, that's because the Asians have the highest voter turnout. When you have more accredited voters, people who come out not only at the essence, they have about like 45% turnout in voters in the constituent election. It may be small, but you get they are scattered around. In Benin City is not just purely Benin's. You see a lot of Igbos, lots of Hausa, lots of Yoruba, and predominantly a lot of Essans. They are predominantly major in this local government. So they all come to the city. The local government has gotten a bunch. But not to say that they are more than the Benin or those in the donuts. Then if you look carefully in the donut agenda, the donut arrangement, if it is a donut, they have they have like 3 major ethnic groups there. You have the Esakos, which have 3 local governments. You have the Onwa, who have 2 local governments. You have the Akuko, who have 1 government. Agenda to bring government. See, if Philip Shuaibu really go against this, The past governor was from the first deputy governor, Ogaduma, who did 8 years, was from Esako. One of the 3 local government that is one federal constituency, Esako East, Esako West, Esako Central. The first deputy governor was Esako. He did 8 years. The last governor, an association from Edo North, was from Esako. He did 8 years. This current deputy governor is from Esako. So you see that an Edo North thing is more like an ethnic arrangement. The Esakos, just the names. You go get when place where I don't know, we get the do not vote is not really true because there are always who are feeling irritated that this Esako thing is being so dominant. If you count the biggest local government in the North, you start with Akko. Akko is bigger. You follow by Esako Onwa East before you now go to Esako West. Before you now go to Onwa West, these 2 smallest local government in the North are Esako Central and Esako East. So if you say let us buy local into 3, Esako East, Esako West, Esako Central, it's still not the population of Edo North because Edo and Onwa East and Onwa West put together is still bigger than Esako. And this is very aggrieved because all even the two ministers that come from Edo North, federal ministers, they are also from Esako. So they like people are now wanting to say, okay, even if Edo State is one local government, we rejected to Esako West, where Oshombole is from, where Philip is from, do they have to be one every time bringing themselves out? So the thing is that they have enjoyed power to a very large extent.
So is the PDP saying that let's give the other local governments some leeway to also have a taste of power? Is that what the case is?
I'm just that the sentiment of the voting pattern because it's not really to be your turn and then you have enjoyed personally, your local government has enjoyed the rest of the power sharing, it won't be so. The sentiment will go that direction. And if you're going to talk about the essence and say they're just 16% based on the voting option and local government, and then they also say from the Benin, there are many presidents okay, Edo Benin City has done, the Edos have done from Edo South. Let it go to Edo Central, have a feel of it. So the voting pattern may not really mean that if their votes will be lost, irrespective of how you place it. And even whether you say he has the confidence, he has the character, he has the capacity, they're not on that ball game. I don't even see him having all of that. But the votes will not vote by sentiment. You don't really vote from those status purely by sentiment. They give it to the kind that perhaps is perceived to be the best. Or it's voted. That's where the vote was. It's not like a village or a local writing where you can mobilize or consciously go to vote in a particular direction. But we're not talking about the capacity of Philip Shuaibu to mobilize votes in the PDP. Is another very big
Before
question.
we get to that part, because I mean he's only just declared his intention, and I have just 2 minutes before I go on my first break. Because from all that you've said, it looks like he might not end up being the party's preferred candidate. A lot of people have said there's nothing unconstitutional about Philip Shuaibu wanting to be governor. Every single person in Edo State has every right to contest for whatever office. It depends on who emerges on that day of the primaries. So, again, what will this new declaration of his, despite the drama that has happened between he and the governor, how will it affect the relationship that he has with the governor and the party?
So he will go ahead because nobody will hound him. He won't have challenge. He will talk to delegates. He will solicit for support. He will try to come out good. He will have a good score. It's not as easy like it's an unholy ambition. No, it's fine. He has his legal and his audience. And I try to say, okay, they always grow. The relationship will be severed. Whether you like it or not, now he's not going to be as close as he was with his boss, having gone on to say, okay, because they had an issue of me, you not telling me you want to run, and then also you tell you want to support me. That is fine. And also, without talking about the political structure, obviously, very soon to start sharing political structure. The people who are loyal to the governor will be different people who are loyal to the deputy governor. And that's how it's going to be in the election and after the election. If they're able to solve their differences after the primaries. Philip Shuaibu is good. There are a lot of candidates who are far less than him that we're not discussing. So the point of whether is he not, no, is not. He must free to run. He has declared his interest. He will get the support of a whole lot of persons. Not like one man's calculated. If you were to clearly analyze the chances are fine. They are there. But it's still very small for the investment or what to start to lose by going in the government has served, a government has been punished. I mean, remain loyal to the party office will continually remain the leader of the PDP. But if you are able to mend faces, all of those things may fall apart. It's just the calculation of what will be the cost. Engagement.
Well, we're still speaking with Honorable Shadrach Udugbai. He is a convener of Edo PDP Unity Forum. He's from Edo State, and we're looking at what's happening in Edo State. Of course, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, has finally publicly, declared his intention to run as governor of Edo State, even though he has just recently come up for air from a cold, permit me to use that word loosely, a cold war, a cold battle between he and his governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki. Well, again, the conversation today is what happens to his political future if he does not, or if he is not the preferred candidate of the party after the party primaries. Don't forget the elections are next year. And what will happen to his political career, especially with, the PDP saying, well, we're very big on power rotation and we want things to change. We'll be right back after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, Africa's biggest export is coming home. The biggest stage musical and concert is here. Introducing Afrobeats the Musical. Come and experience the art, the emotions, and the magic of Afrobeats live on a big stage. Starring live Ilebai, Neo, Tata, Yemi Craig's, Soft Made It, Kananga, Groovy, and many more. Your host is Enioluwa and Layu Wasabi. Afrobeats the Musical will take place on the 16th of December 2023. The venue, Balmoral Convention Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 5 p.m. Special performances will be by some of Africa's biggest superstars, including World, Ojumodu Black, Bayani, and a surprise performance by one of the biggest stars in Africa. Get your tickets now at tix.africa/Afrobeats. Afrobeats the Musical. Afrobeats is coming home.
Oh no, I'm almost out of water. How do I get refill water now? Oh, mommy, I don't get power to carry water out. Plus, this awful weather is not even helping.
You have probably found yourself in situations like hell, not anymore. Into Seaway Home app. With just a few on your phone, you can now order Seaway water and drinks without stepping foot outside your home.
Wow, that sounds incredible. I am downloading the Stay Home app right away.
Seaway Home app. Experience the comfort. Available on Apple Store, Google Play Store, and web app.
It's day 2 and week 2 of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament. At 4 o'clock, Oke Abdurrahman Olalekon faces off Oluwalade Demilade to debate the topic. Social media is making us less social. At 5 o'clock, Claire Maker faces off Uche Obenwa Chizaram to debate topic. Should traditional rulers be given constitutional powers? I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Fem Obong Daniels and myself as we moderate the tournament. I Beg to Differ Season 6. 32 debaters, 1 winner, 1 million naira. Supported by Obiwizi and Booker Hut. For sponsorship, please call 070-3498-4352 or shoot an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Where would you be during Christmas? Come and have fun at our Christmas party. Santa is coming. Are you coming? Come experience the most exciting, fun-filled, and magical Christmas ever at Fun Factory. Our doors are open from the 4th to 26th December, and you're all invited to celebrate and jolly with us. There is going to be lots and lots of fun, games, rides, and gifts for elves. Come on, children! Santa awaits you! And remember, at your favorite neighborhood, 10 Lai Yusuf Crescent off Admiralty Way, Lekki, Phase 1. Visit us now or call 0809-828-8888 for further inquiries.
Ho, 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 ho. Hey girl, you and this fan vanille. Don't you ever get tired of it?
I'll let that question slide, because I know you haven't had it in a while. Vendor, give my friend one fan vanille, please.
Wow, it is so creamy
and salty. Now see why I can't get enough?
Enjoy the irresistible vanilla-flavored frozen milk drink. Still extra creamy, still extra tasty. Grab yours on and enjoy pure refreshment. Fan Vanille, a quality product from Fan Milk Nigeria PLC.
In a world so vast with moving pieces, tune into the lines where I will be conversations from across the globe. Will unpack the propaganda, distinguish fact and perception with a clear, sharp mind. I'm your host, Ireti Bakari Yusuf. Join me on my new show, Borderline, and let's travel the world together on two issues of the day. Every Friday at 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info 99.3, the #1 radio station.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Listeners, trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts
with Marian Okon
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're looking into the facts about Philip Shuaibu's intent to run as governor of Edo State come elections in 2024 for Edo State governor elections. And like we've said, there's been this no love lost between the governor and his deputy. But then, of course, a few months ago, decided governor had said that he was a bigger person and forgive him for all of the things gone on. In fact, he said it was water under the bridge. But then yesterday, Philip Shuaibu comes out to say, well, I'm running for governor. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm the homeboy that everybody needs in Edo State. And so we're looking at the political career of Mr. Shuaibu, knowing that he has, just as my guest has said, has come up through the ranks and he's now deputy governor. But is he will he be the preferred candidate for the People's Democratic Party in Edo State, noting that the PDP in Edo State has come up with a plan, a power-sharing formula, which, in the words of my guest, they want to abide by. But will they abide by it, as we're looking at the things that are happening right now and issues are unfolding in Edo State? My guest, Shadrach Udubai, is a member of the People's Democratic Party in Edo State, and he is the convener of the PDP forum. Yes, Unity Forum. Anyway, before we go back to my guest, I'd like to open up the phone lines. I see a lot of you commenting on what's happening in Edo State, and I'd like to hear your thoughts because I've asked a lot of questions today. What will be if Philip Shuaibu doesn't clinch that ticket to run for governorship? Will he still be loyal to the People's Democratic Party? Could this be the beginning of the end of the PDP in Edo State if things do not go in the way that Philip Shuaibu wants in Edo State? We'll talk to our guests in a bit, but I'm going to open up the phone lines. Lagos, join the conversation. 014657190. We're live. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. If you're listening and watching us from outside of the country, we're also live via Skype. Our Skype is Nigeria Info FM. So join the conversation. Philip Shuaibu's case is just another case of a deputy governor versus his principal. And have we seen a precedent where a governor did not necessarily okay his, deputy's ambition and that deputy came out to win? Well, let's talk. I'd like to hear from you. Is it possible that Philip could be the party's preferred candidate against the governor's wishes? Help the conversation.
Good afternoon, Maria.
Good afternoon.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Pastor Ladipo, go ahead, please.
Calling from Orilegum. See, the Nigerian an average Nigerian politician, I don't know whether they understand what they call gentleman agreement. This, I must take control at all costs, has been what has been setting this nation backward. I want to tell you something. They keep disagreeing to bring more confusion. We find ourselves where we are today because people could not honor a gentleman agreement. Now, in the case of Philip Shuaibu, the man said he wants to run. That is his constitutional right. For me, let him clinch the ticket. I think the man has paid his due. He has paid his due. He understands Edo. Let him go ahead.
Okay.
He will get that ticket. That is what I'm sure of.
Okay. All right, Pastor Ladipo, thank you very much for calling. Dave is calling us from Lagos. Hello, Dave.
Yes, Marian. Thanks.
Good afternoon.
Marian.
Yes.
You see, Obaseki, I'm sorry to say, Obaseki is one of those people that I see out of wickedness. When Oshomole wanted to remove him, Edo people stood for him. My in-law based in Edo State.
Okay.
I knew what happened in Edo State. Now, somebody that stood with him, fought with him, now he want to become a governor, and the same man is being wicked, and is fighting the man.
What exactly? Sorry. What exactly is the wickedness? I'd like to know. What exactly do you mean by he's being wicked?
Why is he fighting this Shuaibu to become the governor? Why is he fighting him? It's not that he want to do zoning. He came the same area from what's it called now? So why is he fighting him now? This country, is really a shame. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. You sound really
I would love
pained.
to make that thing clear.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Honorable.
I would love to state clearly while the governor was campaigning with the deputy governor in 2020, the governor said in Edo Central that after my 8 years, power will come to Edo Central. It was a promise he made in public domain. The deputy governor seated there. There was never a time, I repeat, never a time that the governor had promised the deputy governor I will succeed him. And there was never a time the deputy governor had come out to say he once promised me I will succeed him. He only said he had sacrificed for the governor. He had worked with the governor, he had understood the governor through him, and he believes. So the challenge when they say the governor is fighting, that is totally not correct. What happened is, because the truth is that the governor and the governor formed a team, a very close team that they used in dislodging and Salih Shomole. And the governor says, okay, if I don't support you, it may fracture the party. If we are no longer in good terms, so the two biggest players in the party, if you want my support and I can't give it to you, this will be as it were if you and I are together and engage to support another person that will come and succeed us. It's a different focus. So the calculation is that these are the two biggest people who have formed the united team, who have gone to work together and won and are victorious, and one is saying, I want this now. So there was no promise before. And it's not an act of saying he's going to maybe perhaps would have loved him to calm down, let them settle in the gentleman manner and unanimously support someone. Because this is there, this is not sleeping. That's you to understand. This in Edo State is alive and is violent. They won 2 senatorial seats in the last election. They have House of Rep member more than the PDP. So if you're calculating, if the PDP wants to wake up and engage in the election and win, they should start by fighting in the primaries. They should have to come together, unite, and talk as one. Already there's a legacy group somewhere loyal to Wiki and then the SY ambition of no one to say we follow. That one is there. The small PDP that is left that we are managing to see if we will they are not making another division. So it's like 3 camp of PDP. Go nowhere. It's fait accompli. So
Okay.
we are trying to let us come. It's the interest of party members and are saying, why don't we send this thing into? So because he may look as don't want to bully him not to run. But we are saying you have antecedents. The human capacity is well known. If you say we do not want to you've not won it since the 6th time you've got the play units. So don't look as if we could give it to you, we'll be losing. If we don't give it to you, our chances will increase if you support someone. To make sure that we're able to buy the sentiment.
You just made a very interesting point. You're saying that he's not won at his in his
never won his local government. In the last governorship election where he became deputy governor, he lost his local government. We lost that local government with 10,000 votes. That was the local government we suffered the highest defeats. Presidential election, he lost the local government. We did senatorial election, he lost the local government.
I'm not speaking for Philip Shuaibu, but I mean I want to play the devil's advocate. President Olusegun Obasanjo did not win at his polling unit, but he was president. I mean, does it really matter?
He didn't lose his ward and his state. He didn't lose his local government. He didn't lose his local government.
But he lost in his polling unit.
Losing the ward, losing the local government. And what is from that local government? See, even if they Philip Shuaibu will defeat Adam Salih Oshomole in his local government. It's not be fair. We want to use the vote of people to become governor. Who are working hard, who PDP is deeply entrenched, who I mean that the second strongest person in a state and not win. This one is not like, let me tell you, everyone is saying the governor could not win his unit. The governor's unit is a cosmopolitan center. They are pulling units in this state that are controlled by majorly Igbo traders. They are pulling units controlled by Hausa traders. So they are there.
As it should be in very many cosmopolitan cities, yes.
Yes, so it is hard for you to mobilize, conscientize and galvanize people to vote for you that you've done structural projects that have gone far, taught so many persons. So in local government, it is a village. You can go there and say, call all the elders together, come together. Where is the age group? So the unit is in the village. Like my own unit is in the village. If I want to win, I know who to talk to. I know it is mobilized. How can a man be there?
So are you alleged Philip Shuaibu does not gain or has never gotten the support of his people, hence the loss at...
It's not me that say the results are there now.
Wow.
In the last election he went to, when he won the union, when he was deputy governor, he won the union with 6 votes. So it's not like I'm alleging. Go and check the results. This capacity, he singularly picked all the candidates went for House of Assembly in Edo North.
Okay.
And all the candidates he picked, they all lost. So the challenge is that you are a good guy, you have done well, you have strength, but your strength is compared, you can't be Oshomole in your local government. It's a
Okay,
challenge.
let's take a few more calls. Lagos, chime into the conversation. We're looking at, yesterday we were in Canada, today we're talking Edo State politics, and of course the deputy governor now has declared his intention to run. And my guest is a member of the People's Democratic Party, and he's the convener of the Edo Unity Forum, PDP Forum, and he's making a case that there has to be power sharing formula and it has to be adhered to. And this could be one of the reasons why the governor has been adamant. In fact, he's saying, well, now that he's declared his intention, yes, he can throw his hat into the ring and try see if he can win. But my question goes beyond just winning the primaries. Will he be accepted by Edo people? Can he win? And if he doesn't win Lagos, how is he going to take it? Will it affect his relationship with the governor, with the PDP? Is this or could this be the beginning of the end for the People's Democratic Party in Edo State? Call. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from
Turn off your radio. Turn off your radio, please. I don't have to be
done that immediately. I must obey your order.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
You see, the man in your studio, he spoke very well, but I want to put to him that Baseki is now behaving like a military man. He tell Nigeria that he don't want to go further in Edo State, where Shuaibu was dictating. Now, we want to play that more father before father now. Is to give all of them free to play free to play the ball in a wider field. What should you now banning somebody from contesting?
Okay.
Miriam?
Okay.
You see, this deputy governor, if government is not supporting, is to allow him to contest. Why is he blocking with the phrase all what the facility to be enjoyed by the deputy governor? Why is he taking away from him? It's all right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Miriam.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
You have Engineer Christian Ogozelu who are calling from Michigan.
Go ahead.
Miriam, if PDP don't take care, they are going to lose Edo State coming next year. You know why I say so?
Why?
Because I see Shuaibu Phillips forming a parallel convention that will produce him, and Obaseki forming another parallel convention that will produce who the PDP wants. See, I know Esako, North and West very well. All the whole reps and probably the senators there are all APC members. And that is where him Shuaibu himself particularly come from. I work there. I work in a place called Okbela. If you're the man listening to you, you will know Okbela. I work in a place called Ogute Oke at Okbela there. All the representatives, both the rep, the House, the Senate, are all APC members. And that is where Shuaibu comes.
Okay.
Shuaibu will play the color for PDP, just like what we did. And he will go back and laugh at it.
Okay.
If PDP know what is right for them, let them do it. If they need to incorporate Shuaibu along, bring him close, drag his ears, or if there's anything they need to do to appease him. But if Shuaibu goes there, I tell you, PDP will lose that election.
Well, that's why I asked that question. That could this be the beginning of the end for the PDP in Edo State? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Okay. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You are asking questions. If it is not about it, what will be his political career? Sister, Nigerian politicians are political marathoners. If we enter another party, my argument is that is he only the person that is supposed to say, I want to contest? Other people, other Edo boys think, sister, you claim something like there is no politician. Because of lack of power rotation and because of lack of power sharing, Nigeria will continue to be conformed. That is not enshrined in the constitution. That's why we are like a conga inside the world and not for the masses. Only for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, comrade. All right, 014657190. That's the number for you to call. You could join the conversation via Skype, Nigeria Info FM if you're listening to us from outside of the country. But if you are also joining the conversation, join us via WhatsApp. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Let me read some of the messages coming from WhatsApp. Someone says, of course, yes, Shuaibu has experience. However, every justice should begin an opportunity. There are capable hands there as well in Edo Center. Kola from Ojo sent us that one. This says, Shuaibu is exercising his constitutional right by declaring to contest for the seat of Edo election. So Obaseki shouldn't be offended by that. Safiano from Kanu, thank you for your message. This one says, Edo civil war between Obaseki and his deputy. Mr. Philip Shuaibu is not in the interest of the people of Edo State. It is not based on developmental issues. So I will advise the people not to die in their greedy and selfish war. The concept of zoning, turn-by-turn arrangement, has never benefited Nigerians, both in the federal and state. The only beneficiary of zoning are politicians and their cronies, so I'm not going to die in their war. Adediji sent us that message. Thank you very much, Adediji. Another message here says, hello, and there's a thing. If Shuaibu doesn't clinch the gubernatorial ticket for the PDP, he will cross-cabot to the APC. These people are running personal interest and not national interest. Thank you for your message, Louis. Okay, this one says, if Philip Shuaibu loses the forthcoming PDP governorship primary election, he will leave the PDP and join forces with Adams in APC. Tola from, Tola, thank you for your message. This one says, I expected all these fights between Oga and his boy. That has always been the case in Nigerian political sphere. Good examples are Sam Egu and Masinze Lechi, Oji Uzok Kalu and T.A. Oji, Chris Ngige and Uba brothers, Obaseki and Oshomole, Oyetola and Aregbe. The list is endless. I stand with none of them. Now, same people, they're just fighting for personal interest. Olushoga Ajayi, thank you for your message. This one's still on WhatsApp here. Sheyi from Lekki says, I'm from Akoko Edo in Edo State. In regards to what you people are discussing there, Philip Shuaibu and PDP are not going anywhere in Edo State's forthcoming election. Now, wow. This one says, good afternoon, Mary. And the man in your studio is not saying the truth about Philip Shuaibu. Philip Shuaibu did not win, in his words. Okay. What do you mean? I don't understand. Abraham, I don't. So he's not telling the truth, but you're also saying Philip Shuaibu did not win. I'm not understanding. Adedeji says, Shuaibu aspiring for the governor of Edo State is unrealistic to me. It's crystal clear that there is no love lost between him and his principal. He should first go and settle the rift between him and his principal before thinking of becoming governor. With the kind of godfatherism politics we play in Nigeria, where the incumbent governors always want their loyalists to succeed them, especially the state levels, I think it would be extremely cumbersome for Shuaibu's aspirations to be feasible. Thank you, Adeliji, for your message. You could also join the conversation on Twitter. That's X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. I have 4 minutes before we wrap up this conversation, so let me quickly go to our live page on Facebook Live. Adetayo Bimi Shade says, Abiambo says, Edo has a tradition of rotation and Shuaibu also has constitutional right to run for office. The sky is spacious enough for every eagle and the kite to fly. If one says the other should not fly, let his wings break in the end. The Edo electorates will decide who becomes the governor. All right, thank you very much for your messages. Let me come back to you, Honorable Shedrack, just before we wrap up this conversation, before I let you go. The big question is, and I'm going to ask you directly, how ready is the PDP for what may come after the primaries? You've heard all the callers. Some people have actually said what I have in mind, which is, if Philip Shuaibu doesn't get his way, this could break the party. And just as you said, the PDP is trying to just, band together in Edo State, knowing that you also have the APC to deal with. How do you intend to handle, the outcome of the primaries, being that the governor is yet to speak on who is going to be anointing to, hold that ticket in the PDP?
Yes, we are trying our best to see how best to put our house together. But the challenge is, like that decision, what will happen after he loses in the primary is exclusively to him. there will come a point where it will not be too difficult for him to turn back. Having spent so much money on branded buses, putting infrastructure on ground, he may just feel what's left instead of not going. Let me just go the whole road because he had even said on yesterday while he was speaking in journalist hangout in TVC, he said his name will be on the ballot. So he has other options. And if you look at the poster he's printing, you can see that PDP is not so big, not fully branded. You see a very small PDP logos around where his picture are very big, the pattern is very small. If you my guy drew my attention to it, I would just laughed about it. And I was like, he has picked a different color to brand. He's branding with orange. Usually candidates in the PDP brand with red or the brand with green. That is a man who knows that he's taking the party all. When they begin to bring in different colors like orange, they bring colors that are not in the party logo brand. That shows that sooner or later, party could be changed, another party brought to maintain that same color. So this is also a lifetime anyway. If he loses his political destiny is in his hands, he can choose what to do, where to go, and how to handle it. But the challenge you have is the idea of, I think somebody was saying, the issue of this is not as we see what was the last issue we had in the party, the fracas that occurred between the Danovi section and non-Danovi section.
You have 40
wanting to
seconds.
support the Santa Candidate.
You have 40 seconds.
Okay. And to round up, what I would say is that there's no love lost. States, but the people are out there. But if this is a primaries, that's why it's a party issue. That's why I'm concerned. Once the PDP brings out its candidates, the people will decide who eventually be governor. We are not what we're here to decide is who will be candidate for our party. And we need concentrations to ensure that we bring candidates that will be acceptable, candidates that will be sellable. Not actually because you're ambitious or because you're right. It is the right of almost everybody. There are over 1 million people who are eligible to be governor in those states. And the governor, no one wanted to support Philip. We should not be seen as though he's without. The governor must support somebody. True of course. And whenever he supports, they will say he's God for that reason. The governor will support someone, and he will pick whoever he wants to support.
Okay.
And that person must win. It means that if the House of calculate what's best for the state and point to the direction, the bill also good. Delegates are not out, they will also make their decisions.
Well,
so it's fair. Felicia Bush will go to the field and what will come will come. Nobody will bully him, nobody will marginalize him. He has taken his ticket, he has made his decision, declared, and we'll move with him. People want to support him.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you. Honorable Shadrach Udubai is the Executive Director, Center for Advocacy, Governance and Leadership, that's CAGL, and he's also the convener, Edo PDP Unity Forum. He's the chieftain of the People's Democratic Party. He's a political commentator and a political affairs analyst. Thank you so much, Honorable Udubai, for speaking with us. We appreciate it. All right.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you. Lagos, we're going to go for a quick before we wrap things up. Don't forget, I beg deferred tournaments. Yes, the playoffs, the second week has started. Yesterday was good. Today will be better. And of course, like I always say, stay on this dial because you do want to miss out on this debates. And these youngsters, they're bringing fire. They're bringing fire. So we'll be right back after the break for me to round up. Of course, Yvonne Haifo and Femi Obong-Daniels will be here because they are moderators.
It's day 2 and week 2 of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament. 4 o'clock, Okon Abdulrahman Olalekon faces off Oluwalade Demilade to debate the topic. Social media is making us less social. At 5 o'clock, Claire Maker faces Uche Obenwa Chizaram to debate the topic. Should traditional rulers be given constitutional powers? I am Yvonne Haifo. Join Femi Obong-Daniels and myself as we moderate the tournament. I Beg to Differ Season 6. 32 debaters. One winner, 1 million naira. Supported by Obiwizi and Booker Hut. For sponsorship, please call 070-3498-4352 or shoot an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Nigeria Grassroots Food.
99.3 Nigeria. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.